Your LangChain prototype works beautifully in the demo. Then you ship it, real users show up, and suddenly it's hallucinating tool calls, blowing past token limits, and timing out on the third message. The gap between works on my machine and survives production is where most AI agent projects quietly die, and the framework you chose is a big part of whether you make it across. Let's be honest about what LangChain actually is. It's a toolkit, a massive, flexible collection of components for chaining LLM calls, managing memory, connecting to vector stores, and wiring up tools. That flexibility is its superpower and its curse. When you're prototyping, you can duct tape a retrieval pipeline together in an afternoon. But that same freedom means there's no opinion about how your agents should coordinate, how they recover from failure, or how they hand off work. You're the architect of all of it, and under real load, the cracks show up in the seams you didn't think to reinforce. Here's a concrete example. Say you build a research assistant in LangChain that searches the web, summarizes results, and drafts a report. In your test, it runs clean. In production, one user asks a vague question. The search tool returns garbage. The summarizer confidently invents facts from that garbage, and there's no supervisor checking the output before it reaches the user. LangChain gave you the chain, but it didn't give you the org chart. You have to build the validation, retries, and guardrails yourself, and that's the work nobody budgets time for. CrewAI takes a different bet. It's built around the metaphor of a crew, distinct agents with defined roles, goals, and backstories, working together toward an outcome. Instead of one monolithic chain, you get a researcher agent, a writer agent, and a reviewer agent, each with a narrow job. That structure isn't just cosmetic. When responsibilities are separated, failures get contained. If the writer produces something weak, the reviewer catches it before it ships. The framework nudges you toward the very patterns that make systems robust when strangers start hammering them. But don't crown CrewAI too fast. That opinionated structure costs you. When your use case doesn't fit the CrewAI task's mental model, you end up fighting the abstraction, wedging square problems into round roles. LangChain's sprawling ecosystem, the integrations, the community examples, the sheer surface area, means when you hit something obscure, someone has probably already solved it. CrewAI is younger and leaner, which is great until you need a niche connector that simply doesn't exist yet, and now you're writing it from scratch anyway. So the real answer depends on what real users means for you. If you're building a tightly scoped multi-agent workflow, content pipelines, structured research, sequential task delegation, CrewAI's guardrails will carry your prototype into production with far less bespoke plumbing. If you need deep customization, unusual data sources, or fine-grained control over every LLM call, LangChain's flexibility pays off, provided you're disciplined enough to build the reliability layer yourself instead of assuming it comes free. The honest verdict is that neither framework survives real users on its own. Users survive real users. Whatever you pick, production readiness comes from the boring stuff: input validation, timeouts, fallback responses, observability, and testing against the ugly inputs your demo never saw. The framework decides how much of that scaffolding you build versus inherit, and that's a strategic choice, not a religious one. Tomorrow I'm doing a live teardown, building the exact same customer support agent in both LangChain and CrewAI, and stress testing them with malformed, adversarial, real-world inputs until one breaks. If you want to see which one actually cracks first before you bet your project on it, subscribe right now so that teardown lands in your feed the moment it drops.